Hey guys, it's Cameo or Rosie Red Charizard here, and today's video is the relationship guidelines. So these are the guidelines that Casey and I follow so that actually we get along, and it's how we ended up kind of engaged so early because we started dating June 5th of last year, and I proposed October 26th, so it's coming up so soon. And it's just like yay. But um, we already proposed to each other. He proposed the night before my birthday, and I actually accidentally ruined his proposal because the night I proposed, the next following day, we were supposed to go to an apple orchard with my son, and he had his mom come along, and she was going to take photos while he was going to take pictures and everything. But of course, I proposed the night before, so he's just kind of like, God damn it. So it was rather cute. You've probably seen it online where I posted me slow dancing with him. And that's actually the night I proposed because something in my mind was just screaming, do it, do it. And I know society's like, oh, the woman should be the one that gets proposed to. And it's like, him and I were so competitive. We're basically the same person. And we were both like, no, I'm gonna propose first. No, I'm gonna. And that's what I love about our relationship is that we act almost the same. Like, sure, he's more of an outdoorsy person and I'm more indoors, but our personalities are so like we're both strong-headed and uh, we have a little bit of issues with communicating, but we've been doing pretty well at it so far. And that's actually why I'm doing the relationship guidelines, is just so you guys can see what got me to where I am now. I've had two long-term relationships before him, and both kind of ended up terribly. Well, one did, the other one I got my son. So yeah, I'm just playing around, but I love my son dearly. So the first one is compromise. Compromising, I know, can be very hard, especially if you have a strong head personality like the two of us do. And I think we've only had one fight because of it. Usually, not a lot of people say they have fights with their significant others, but I like to be more personal or more real with everyone. And the compromises that we had to do was majority just with this move because it was his idea to move back to closer to my family, which honestly I haven't lived near my family since 2017 of April. Yeah, April 2017. So it's been a few years. And I've always had my family be like, come on, move back, everything, because I used to live in Binghamton and um, then I moved to Maryland and stuff. But of course, with Maryland's rent prices, it's like there's no way we're staying in Maryland because it would be like 1,600 to 1,700 for just a room while the rest is shared. Which I really don't get how people can do that, but it's whatever. Um, but yeah, our compromise was that I would move in earlier than he would, so that he could still be working at his job, so that we could save money while I look for work. And now that I found work, I'm just waiting for him to move in. He recently had car problems, so he is expected to move in probably within the next week or so, which has me super excited. A little bit down just because of the car problem, but hey, everyone has car issues every once in a while. But especially with this move, I wanted us to move in August together, but of course, life has to throw wrenches and everything, which I don't honestly mind. It took me about a month to get over it, which he'll probably compromise with me eventually too. Uh, Usually we talk about what we want to do and we try to help each other financially. So the next thing on my list is a 50-50. If you never heard the term 50-50, it means that, like, if one of you are feeling down, like maybe you only can give 30% of yourself for the day, like you just lost a loved one, you had a hard day at work, anything like that, your partner should pick up the 70%. So that means, like, try to see what your significant other needs. Try to ask if you can help them at all. Just do like small things to lighten their day. Maybe like make them their favorite food, get them takeout, play their favorite song, try to get them to dance with you. Make something personal out of it. Like, okay, you're having a bad day. How about I rub your feet or I massage your back? How about I get your favorite blanket and put on a movie and we cuddle? And that doesn't mean it's just one person's always 30 and the other person's 70. If you're both feeling at 30, then take a rest day for each other. Maybe you have like one paid day off. How about you both take it off, have a relaxing day in, or go out on a small mini date, get coffee and sit at a park and look at the water or something. The 50-50 and this next one were both communicated to me by my dad, and my dad's been married 3 times. So I would definitely like actually listen to what he has to say this time, because this marriage of his is actually beautiful. I'm very proud of my dad. So the next one is a $50 limit. If you guys make a lot more than like an average $20K a year, you can raise that limit to maybe $100 a limit. What that means is that you can start off with, okay, maybe there's something you want to get that's like new pots and pans, maybe they're $50. But then you see a brand new grill for like 130, but you want the grill. So instead of actually going to buy the grill yourself, you would talk to your significant other and see if it's all right for you to spend the 130, so that you can actually keep your financials in check. And it also doesn't put you guys in a strain for future dates or future bills. And one other thing that I've seen that I've done myself and that I've seen with a few of my friends and my own father is that call during your breaks at work or call during lunch. You normally have like a 30-minute lunch. Do video call. Just call them, let them know how your day is, what you want to do for dinner. Let them know that they're on your mind. Make them feel special. Like, sure, you might want to sit there, eat your lunch in peace and watch a video, but at the same time, when you're in a relationship, you still gotta work on it. It doesn't matter if you're engaged or if you're married or if you've been together for years. You still got to work on it. You don't just give up. You don't fall into a routine. Make the person feel loved. And that doesn't just go for you to them. They have to do it for you too. The next one is communication. Communication is important. Say it with me. Communication is important. That's actually why a few of my relationships have failed. It's because I didn't know how to communicate. Neither did they. And anytime that we would try, it ended up in an argument. You can't just go in constantly being headstrong. Okay, if I'm venting to you about something that you did and you need to work on, that doesn't mean start yelling at me because I'm trying to voice how I'm feeling. It means listen. Listen to your partner and communicate with them to try to better each other. Like if they're talking about wanting to go back to college or go in the military or change up their job, listen to them and listen to why they want to do it. And try to support them on what they want to do. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, that's a terrible idea, and shut them down. It's actually why I'm doing YouTube now, is because I dealt with an ex that used to say, don't do it because you don't make money from it, and no one would watch. And it's like, how will you not put me down and encourage me to follow my goals? Another thing I would say is if you guys are long distance or even like medium distance, maybe like an hour away to, I don't know, across the entire freaking state. Or not state, country, basically. Either one. Do video chats at night. I know you're super tired from work. I know you're super tired from taking care of your kids probably, or even just you're exhausted because it's probably like 11 o'clock at night. If they're willing to video chat with you, give them that time of day. You should be listening to them, and they should be listening to you back. Like, if you're super tired, why not just fall asleep on the video call with them? Make sure your phone is charged, so yeah, you still have your alarm for your phone for work or whatever's. And make sure that uh, if you want them to video chat with you while they're asleep, make sure they stay on. Like, of course, you can hear them breathing, and it might bring you comfort, especially if they're like, if they have their own place and you have your own place. It might be comforting to you to be able to hear them breathing throughout the night. I know it may sound a little bit weird, but if you ever date someone and you laid on their chest and you've done that almost twice a week for 3 months, you're still gonna crave it. And the next one is never to go to bed angry. I know you'll hear it everywhere. Everyone says never go to bed angry, but it actually makes sense. It's when you go to bed angry, you leave stuff unspoken, and that's when insecurities come in. Or you start to overthink. Like, I'm an overthinker, so if I go to bed angry, I'm just lay there, probably while they're asleep, but I'm awake, just freaking out in my head. Being like, what did I do wrong, or what could have been done better? And especially with overthinkers, you need to give the constant reassurance. I know it gets tiring. I know it does. But just listen to them. If they're talking about something that happened months ago, years ago, it's because they're still thinking about it. Because they want the relationship to get better. They don't want it to end on a sour note. And what more or less happened in my scenario is like I had significant others' exes enter our relationship, and it's just kind of like you should have put your foot down so they would have went away. But of course, that leads into insecurities and also dealing with headaches of you're starting this new relationship, but it seems like they're still tied to the old one because they're not putting the foot down. Sorry if you keep seeing me change my leg position. That I never can stay comfortable, so I sit in the weirdest ways. Like right now, my feet are on top of my butt. But yeah, so you need to listen to your partners, and you need to communicate clearly, and never go on breaks. Sure, you might think a break would help, but going on a break actually ruins your relationship even more sometimes. Just because more insecurities lie in, you start to overthink what are they doing when you're not around, or did you guys communicate about if you're allowed to see other people on the break, Or is this just a way for you to be apart? And from what I've noticed is breaks don't help. If you really need a moment to yourself, tell them. Tell them that you need to be alone for a little bit, that they can go out, play sports, play video games, go fishing, go watch a movie with friends, go hang out with your friends. But what I'm trying to get across is be there for each other and don't see them as an enemy. Because that's how so many relationships just end. Is that you do breaks, you see them as enemies, you don't listen, and you don't communicate. When you get around those four things, your relationship will be beautiful. Like, okay, you might not have the most funds to go be able to give them a gift or something. But that doesn't stop you from sending lovely paragraphs through your phone, doing love letters, or make them their favorite food and start their favorite hobby together. Or even just start doing a hobby together that is something that you both never done. So it's personal for the two of you. And that's all I have on my list. If you guys can think of any more that add on to it, feel free to comment it down below for me. And I really do appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!